Kill that bit. Come on. Wait.
Sam, get off.
Oh! Clap them all, Sam. Clap them all, Sam.
We are live.
We are live.
We are live.
Did I say welcome to the main event?
I'm not saying crap, bro. You mad?
Oh, man.
Behave before you talk about what I'm talking about, yeah?
We are live, guys. I'm J1 for the Cybernerds.
Revenue GS.
Sam, Mr. Phillips, Tech.
And we're back with episode 6 of Gen V. Jumanji! Get me. Hopefully this is a great episode. Have we got some questions, queries, and theories about what happened on the last episode before we dive into the next one? And if you haven't already, hit the thumbs up, the notification bell. Hit the thumbs up, the notification bell, and the subscribe button. That's the one you can't forget, the subscribe button. Hit them. Cool. Also, and after or during, jump below, leave your comments. They'll get asked next time before we start. You know how it goes.
And we're starting off with Dev Switch.
Dev Switch, what are you saying, bro?
Going back to earlier episodes, whenever the group learned something, Cate always asked a variation of who else knows. Sam also freaked out when he saw Cate at the doctor's house. You're not touching me again. They introduced her as the girlfriend of the popular guy. You then learn she's nice, so you kick yourself for your preconceived notions. Psych. She's actually who your instinct told you she was. Not many shows pulled that off, so round of applause for the actress and writers.
I hear what you're saying. But how big do you think it was a big reveal like that?
It wasn't.
It wasn't. I didn't feel like the impact that you're giving it and the way you're breaking it down. I'm like, yeah, but I don't think anyone puts that much importance on a character, period. That even when it gets revealed this here, that we care that much, even though it is a good person to give it to. Do you get what I'm saying?
It wasn't a wow factor.
Yeah. It was like a nice quiet reveal. So then all the stuff that you're talking about, the nuance that they've put into it, is very good. But I think that if you're really deep in it that much, you need a bit of a bigger effect on the show.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying?
I think the big giveaway is when they were both in the room and he was like, make me forget or something. Was it? No, Sam. Was it? No, Luke. Luke's the older one, isn't it? Yeah, so he was like that. So I think they gave too many breadcrumbs. Then you're maybe thinking it's her, but also they try to do the whole episode of making us think it was the guy. So when it was happened to her, you're like, oh, that's mad. Okay, what's next?
Yeah. I also feel like a show like this where everybody's on crud, it's kind of hard to have like a good person in a show like this.
Yeah.
You're part of a system, so it's kind of hard.
Yeah, I do like, obviously you're tracing it back to the first and second episode and stuff like that, so I do think it's super legit. Like, they did layer it quite well, and it is like,
they give them that.
Yeah, the show's good for stuff like that. So, hey, good points to Gen V. There you go.
And the second and last one from James Westby.
James Wagwan.
Puppets were absurd and awesome. Loving the show. Sam's delusional states.
I thought he was talking about you.
Yeah, for a second. That's why I kind of stopped myself, because I was like, Sam.
I was like, where we going here now?
What did you do, Sam? Sam's delusional states. I'll be curious to see what else they do with those in his story. Agreed, Jordan's got a lot of depth to them, and I enjoy how they're tackling all of that mathematically.
Mathematically. To me, it still ain't adding though.
What's not adding up for you in terms of the Jordan, how they're handling the Jordan situation?
Yeah, they're adding it as much as they can, but it's like, it's all right.
I think it's pretty good, bro.
Well, was Jordan one of the characters where you're still like, they want to be number one, but without the school, they can't be number one because of who they are? And after that story is kind of done, then the characters just like, now they just with the group.
Oh, you're talking about the character's motivation. I mean,
And
no one can really be number one without just the help of any kind of organization. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, even in their world. So
like I'm saying, like the identity of politics coming with Jordan, once that was kind of like finalized, now Jordan's just with the group.
Well, it's not finalized, is it? Because I mean, they're still in school. Do you know what I'm saying? So it's like at the end of this season, Jordan could become number one, and then it keeps. Like, I'm not saying he's going to. I'm just saying, like, I didn't necessarily think that whole. oh, they're not letting me go because I'm a them situation is the real situation that holds him back. I feel like this, well, just in terms of the show, like when you focus on that, that is what holds you back. Do you get what I'm saying? As opposed to, well, if you just focused on being a number one serial and protecting people, like when you went into autopilot and fought Starboy, then you're displaying number one characteristics and tendencies, as opposed to sitting down and being like, oh, they're not going to pick me. Do you know what I'm saying? So for me, it's always action over anything. And I hope that that's where they kind of get to leading, that anytime that Jordan is doing something, he's being the hero that he wants to be, as opposed to just bitching about the cards. The cards man's dealt. Do you get what I'm saying? Because man didn't ask for the Gen V ability. Do you know what I'm saying? So you can bitch about it or you can do something about it. That's how I see it. So I didn't really see that arc as being over. And even if it is over, in terms of like him being like, oh, fuck it, they won't accept, like, they're not going to accept, or they won't accept me for being who I am and I just have to live with it. I also think that's a great arc to go into after.
Yeah, so I want to see the growth of that then.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. I didn't think that arc was over to get to this arc, especially when, why? Like we're just been moving forward.
Yeah, that's my point. After that, I feel like that's been kind of tackled because they feel like, oh, because of identity politics, they're not going to choose me. Now that the focus is now mainly on why the school and the under thing is happening. So if going forwards they don't choose that, oh, why me? Because of me, and like I said, they're just going to all part of them being a hero and their abilities, and that growth is there, then I want to see that.
I think we're definitely. I would love them to definitely run it back into these politics things, because those politics there could divide the team. Do you get what I'm saying? And I think that's really. I mean, it's the boys, isn't it? Like, I'm expecting that. I'm expecting someone to come back and be like, "Yo, Jordan, heard you want to be number one. This is what you got to do for it," and that then being the decision that Jordan's got to make. You know what I'm saying? Like, so, and that usually what happens with the boys. You get your personal thing, it goes to the group situation, then we're talking about a personal dilemma that each individual character has to go to and how it intertwines. I'm thinking of like the Deep now and what he was going through, like, or what, I don't know if he was going through it or what he'd done and all of that stuff there. But do you get what I'm saying? Like, those kind of vibes. So that's what I'm expecting, but who cares, man? Like, I haven't thought about that either. Whatever. Show's been going legit. Get me. But you, man, comment section below. And, bruv, let's dive into episode 6, Jumanji. It's one of my favourite movies, you know.
That's what she's on.
Yes.
Huh?
It makes sense. Something's probably happened to her. Like, he's like F Stoops. So
definitely.
I wouldn't be surprised.
You know what I'm saying?
That's a sick episode. That's probably one of the best episodes, to be honest.
Super hard. Super hard, man. Loving it, bro.
You know what? I wonder if these become dropouts.
It's not going back.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, like those that graduate, they'll be on their side, the vote side, and then it'll be like, oh, you lot probably like part of society that we don't fuck with. Like, you lot dropouts.
It's interesting. Obviously, the school's not, the show's not called God You, innit? So who knows how long we'll be hanging around the university? Who knows if the university is going to be there at the end of the season? Do you know what I'm saying? But I feel like I want them to go the Vaults way, where the school stays and these lot either stay with the school or move on, like you're saying, with the outcasts and stuff like that, man. But what are you saying? What do you think?
I feel like these lot are just going to be an outcast in the boys' world, and we might see them in the boys.
I think we're 100% seeing them in the boys. Well,
and they're not anything. They're probably on stopping Vault as well, but not be with the boys.
I don't think we can get. I don't want them that high level, man.
What do you mean not that high level?
Where they're trying to fight Vault, bro. Like, we've got the man them fighting Vault already. Like, these lot, I feel they should continually have their own thing they're trying to deal with, bro.
Okay.
Do you know what I'm saying? But I think elements from here should cross over, like the virus. The virus is made here in season 4 of The Boys. If, let's say, it gets released at the end of this season, then it's the boys level situation where it's like, yo, there's a virus out killing Soups. This affects Homelander. This kind of puts Homelander and the boys team almost on the same side. Do you know what I'm saying? And then, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's kind of how I would like the repercussions of what they're doing to bleed into that. Maybe some of the characters very small, bro. But I don't want it to then become some mad, you know, crossover universe and all of that, bro. Like, let the boys do the boys thing. Let these man do their thing. Yeah, dude. That's where I'm at.
The scale of this was just sick. I just like the way, like, saying the whole Inception.
Hard.
Like even like her power as well. Like I didn't know it was that powerful. I thought it was just like she touches you and she'll make you do whatever she wants. But the fact that she can hear people's thoughts is like making her feel crazy. Like I said, it's a mismatch between Rogue and Jean Grey.
That makes so much sense because it's a psychological, like a psychic power. Like when you overuse it or you lose control, that's how it kind of leaks out, like lose control. So
I think it's sick as well because they didn't just do it with her in this episode, but they focused on everyone's powers, like messing with everyone's powers. Like they said that they was giving Luke some of Sam's juice, and then obviously the dean was giving her the pills to suppress her powers so she could cope with just the rogue powers. But obviously, as soon as she come off the meds, that's when her other things start bleeding. I love the how they did the dream mind, where it's like obviously you was talking about Inception, but then there's the Inception of the it breaking down, the other also Inception with the subconscious being characters in it. I love that as well, man. No, they went super hard with it, man. They went super hard with it. Yeah, but what's this episode 6? Yeah, man, I just don't want the season to end, you know.
I'm gonna say, I feel like there's 2 more maybe, but
because they're already at the woods, isn't it?
Yeah,
this show's so good, man.
Yeah,
so
but then we've got
so
the boys.
Good, calm. Yeah, but it's so good calmly. Do you know what I'm saying? And the boys is a different show, bro.
Yeah.
Whether it's the same world or not, it's actually a different show. Like I like almost finding out about these new characters again and seeing the dramas they're going through, as opposed to like the boys. It's like the boys, we're just further along down the line. Everyone's a bit more chiseled and grizzled. Do you know what I'm saying? And here it's like, we're just finding out the early days of the crud these men are doing. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, imagine these men 5-6 years from now. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, it's like the boys are not too far gone, but they're in a good place. And these lot are just getting there. So I want to keep that different balance in the shows, man. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, jump in the comment section below and let us know what you're saying about this episode of Gen V. And we will be answering any questions, comments, or theories. We'll be reading them out at the start of next week's episode or the next episode.
I was gonna say, so wouldn't you then keep them, like I said, they will be high level, then keep this guy street level?
Yeah,
even
but
though they're too powerful with that, wouldn't that be a bit more interesting?
Street level, but what are they dealing with? This is the question. Like, I don't want to be like, oh, street level, worldwide level, Avengers level. Like, it's what we are dealing with specifically. Like, these that are currently dealing with their school being corrupt, and the boys are dealing with the world or Vault being corrupt. Do you know what I'm saying?
So wouldn't they then go to other schools then?
Maybe that's it. After they close down the woods here, maybe we're going to other. That sounds cool to me. That sounds like a contained. We're doing this after we clap off all the schools. Obviously, the schools are run by a higher governing body. That's 5 seasons down the line. Now, it's been 5 seasons when the boys at season 10 and we're closing off the boys, or you know what I'm saying? Then Gen V's becoming the main show. That's the kind of
because the actors in here are legit.
Yeah, that's the kind of transition that you want to follow, as opposed to, all right, we've got a main show, then one character spins off this way, this character spins off, and they're all watered down versions, as opposed to we've got the boys that is 100% on it, and this that feels like it's 100% on it. Obviously, I want to get to the end of the season before we claim it's the thing, but it's on the direction of it. Then going from there, get me. But
to be honest.
Bro, I'm excited as well, especially when you're looking at Disney Plus, bro. And you're like, you look what they've done with, obviously they had 12 movies and all the shows now, but it's like, these men in just one good series, one good spin-off, we are building a super legit universe. And they're not, well, at this point, I don't want to say it's early days, but you know what I'm saying? We're doing this for 5 years with these, man. It's not seeming getting crazy, especially in the time we're living in as well. And they're still touching on some of these, let's say, social topics. Do you know what I'm saying? They're doing it
correctly.
Yeah, they're doing it and not fucking it up.
Yeah.
So, bruv, we've got faith in Prime, man. Yo, Prime Video. You, man. You know what time it is. Anyway, we're going to be back next week. Make sure you're jumping on Patreon, checking out all of our other content, subscribing on YouTube and all them other things there. Other than that, you know what time it is. I'm J1 Further the Cyber Nerds.
Revenue GS.
Sam, Mr. Blitzpip.
We'll see you in the next one.